Hi there Pisces, I'm Ellie Rose from PsychicFuture.com and this is your horoscope from the 23rd to the 29th of July. So this week we've got quite a big thing happening. We've got Mercury retrograde. So normally when people hear Mercury retrograde they start to think of all sorts of negative things, like things going wrong, technology, your thoughts, like legal things. But a lot of that is actually very fear-inducing. So what I tend to think of Mercury retrograde as is slightly more optimistic. I tend to think of Mercury retrograde as a way of looking at the things that are not quite right in your life and figuring out what you need to do to then adjust them and move forwards. So this Mercury retrograde is in Leo, so it's going to focus you in on the aspects of your life where perhaps you're not having enough fun, perhaps you're not communicating yourself in a way that you want to, and your creative urges, so perhaps you're not letting your creativity out enough, and Mercury retrograde will really focus you in on these things. So to help people with Mercury retrograde, I'm giving everyone a word to maybe use as a mantra, so you can repeat it to yourself whenever you feel a little bit confused, or you can just maybe meditate on it and think about all the different meanings of this word. So for you Pisces, your word is reveal. So this is quite a mysterious word, but when you really think about the word reveal, what it essentially means is pulling up the veil from something. So what aspect of your life have you perhaps not been looking at really clearly enough? Is it perhaps some friendships, maybe you're not seeing something in the way that you're meant to be seeing that, in relationships, or perhaps at work, or in your projects, like if you're doing anything creatively? Is there a way that you can reveal the truth to yourself? So perhaps think about things from a different perspective. Take yourself outside of it for a second and just think objectively and be what would someone else do in this situation? Have you had any situations where perhaps you've got a bit of illusion going on, or maybe lies or anything like that, where you're not really seeing the truth of the matter? Perhaps it might even be something maybe you're looking at something too negatively, and actually if you take the emotional aspect away from it for a second, it might not be quite as negative as you first thought, and perhaps this revealing is showing you to try and see the positive in something. So just think about that word quite a lot during Mercury retrograde. You've got a 3-week period, and if you do start to reveal some things about yourself and about others and the way that you engage in the world, then you'll probably have quite a transformational effect, and you'll start to feel a little bit more positive about things, and you'll start to realise what decisions you need to make and what things you need to do because you're seeing the truth of the matter. So I hope that you do well with all of this. I'll talk a little bit more next week as well. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Much love.